put it straight. We could move away. Well, you could move here. Hello. That's
I'm fine.
That's
your life. No, this is good. This is beautiful. Okay, excellent. Shkoyach.
Hebon.
Shin Yud Ches. We are holding, which holding? We're holding Siv. We learn Siv Dalet. Siv Aleph, Beis, Gimel, and Dalet, right? Anyway, it's still until Siv Zayin is going to talk about Maaseh Shabbos. Maaseh Shabbos is Atachas Ogiton Shabbos. If you're allowed to have it on Motzei Shabbos, if you're allowed to have it Bichlal, what happens is Maaseh Shabbos that Yid did, Maaseh Shabbos that Goy did. So we learned Sif Aleph, Beis, Gimel. Basically, what we learned is that the Rebbe Paskins lahalocha, that if a Yid did b'mezid a melocha, right, he's not allowed to use it ever. Anytime, always, like Rabbi Yehuda, that I say Amlocha de'iraisa. Amlocha de'iraisa is not allowed to use it anytime, right? Okay. What happens if you did b'shoigig? Then we're allowed to use it Motzei Shabbos. Him also, not only other people, him also. This is Amlocha de'iraisa. What happens if it's Amlocha de'rabonan? Amlocha de'rabonan, yeah, is we're not discussing over here. Steht nicht. Redt nicht wegen dem. Redt jetzt noch. Mit der Reise is bemezid. If he did it bemezid, then he's not allowed to oilam. And anyone else is allowed to have Motzei Shabbos. You're allowed to have Motzei Shabbos right away, yeah? Wir dürfen nicht warten, bichdei sheyase. Why not bichdei sheyase? No, chavre. Why don't you have to wait bichdei sheyase Motzei Shabbos? When bemezid, b'shoigig, when he made a Maaseh Shabbos, why not? Why don't you have to wait? What? Because there's no knas. There's no. The Chachomim made only a knas when it's something kal, when a goy makes it for you, or then you're afraid that you're going to be choishish, or if you do it something on Erev Shabbos, you do Shiur. You do Hatmona, this kind of thing, so the Mizgoizam will sein am Lache Shabbos. Okay, but otherwise, you don't have to make B'chdei Sheyasu. This bemezid he's not allowed forever, and everyone else is allowed Motzei Shabbos. B'shoigig is everyone allowed Motzei Shabbos. Are you allowed b'shoigig on Shabbos? So we learned no, you're not allowed. Why you're not allowed? Shoigig or to mezid, because you're going to say, I made it b'shoigig, and really you do it b'mezid. Okay, so it's a knas. Now, here we're not learning a halbe vote now about midrabanan. What is the din if it was midrabanan, Maaseh Shabbos? If the Avera was midrabanan. In other words, Maaseh Shabbos, we're talking here in Melocha de'iraisa. B'mezid de'iraisa. But what happened if you did b'mezid adrabonan dikavera? What did it if you did b'shoigig and avera midrabonan? Just to fast forward, the Mishnah Berurah brings down the Gro that says, and Chayodim brings also that says that because of Machlokes Rabbi and Rabbi Yehuda, and the Gro holds as midrabonan is like Rabbi Meir, meaning as if he did it b'mezid is also only till Motzei Shabbos, not oilomis, and if b'shoigig only he's not allowed. Now, could be even the others are allowed, or it could be even the others are not allowed, whichever. But this is what's how the Alter Rebbe. So the reason I'm bringing it down is because Reb Chaim Noah has a whole tshuva about it. Reb Chaim Noah brings down like this. He says, "Bei mir ist klar von Alter Rebbe." The Rebbe says like this. The words of the Alter Rebbe here in Shulchan Aruch is. We learned this. He said, that the Alter Rebbe writes the word look in the end of Sif Aleph on the page Tov Kuf Chof Tes. It says like this: V'cheini mo yeshoigeg osur boy b'yoyim gam la'acherim. Why? Kivin she'osur isur shel Torah. That means, he says from that, yeah, as if he did it the Rabbonon, that they were not goizer the Chachomim. Is a Raya, so sagt is a Raya von them, is a Raya von them that as there's no Knas, right? And he has another Raya. Shin Lametes, weiter, the Alter Rebbe brings down that Midrabbonon, if they did b'mezid, you're not allowed until Mitzvah Shabbos. Because the Alter Rebbe says that Mitzvah Shabbos, Midrabbonon, b'mezid, you're not allowed Mitzvah Shabbos. A Siman, if b'shoigeg, then you're allowed also on Shabbos. So he has two rayas. First of all, here it says clear that Midrabbonon, also Isur Shel Torah, Ichmiru Liknis by Kmoi b'mezid, right? Isur Shel Torah is a raya only Isur min Torah, but not Midrabbonon. Also in Shin Lametes it says that b'mezid Midrabbonon is also to Mitzvah Shabbos. That means that b'shoigeg is muter. In other words, Machloikes Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda paskins that b'mezid, he himself is not allowed until forever, and anyone else is not allowed until Mitzvah Shabbos, right? BeShoigeg, 1 minute. BeShoigeg holds Rabbi Yehuda, you're not allowed until Mitzvah Shabbos, him and anyone else. Rabbi Meir holds that b'mezid you're not allowed until Mitzvah Shabbos, him and anyone else, and it doesn't matter. Mitzvah Shabbos he's allowed. BeShoigeg holds Rabbi Meir that you're allowed, and the Alter Rebbe paskins like Rabbi Meir when it comes to the Rabbonon. In other words, everything that he writes over here is midaraisa. Midrabbonon is, in other words, if someone made an aveira midrabbonon b'shoigeg, and it's going to be very stark neger. Neger is going to be the ma'ase bepoel. Give me an example, ma'ase bepoel. Someone did a melacha for you, a melacha for you. He put you on a light on Shabbos. If it's the Rabbonon, if the light is midrabbonon, and he did it b'shoigeg, if he did it b'shoigeg, then according to what we learn, Pshat in the Alter Rebbe, the way the Alter Rebbe learns Pshat in Shil HaMetes, or like the Medaik, Reb Chaim Noah is Medaik over here, that it says b'shoigeg b'isur min HaTorah, it's isur midrabbonon. If it's anything that is isur derabbonon, anything that he did isur derabbonon, let's say a Carmel is carrying or something like that, then you're allowed to have a Noah right away on Shabbos. Not only you're allowed to, he's allowed. The person that brought you. Yeah? Not a light, because a light can be the rice. I'm saying about anything else. What could be midrabon? Anything mishinui. Any avera that was with a shinui, let's say. If the avera was with a shinui, is a midrabon. He carried something on his head. You know, it's not carrying. That's not normal carrying. Or he put on the light b'shoigeg, but I'm not talking about misasek. But he did it with the foot. He did something in that. There's a lot of melochis. A yamet melochis, even a battery, anything the battery is nicht midaraisa. Mir lenochri is not going to be like this. Mir lenochri is not knas again. We learned, but anything is a knas. But here's no knas. So basically, I wanted to touch this few things over here before we get weiter. And now we're talking about Maise Shabbos. It's very, very stark negate the Maise Shabbos, Maise Bepoel. If Maise Shabbos is going to be also for the person that did it, or even for later, so it's going to be a problem. Mostly, someone a yid takes a video from a non-from person takes a video on Shabbos. I have the shaila that people ask me. They had a lecture on Shabbos. Are they allowed to hear the tape? Mitzvah Shabbos, and the professor is a yid. Now, can they be amazing or bescheuigig, but whichever.
Are you letting they had the tapes on the
Ich verstehe, der Text im Gestere ist Mistama, there's another problem. There's another problem. Nein, aber so ein Schittom, there's Indian from Zilusi de Shabbat. There's another Indian that you're not allowed. That's called Zilusi de Shabbat. Even a tape, you're not allowed to take a tape, a professor Zaid, and he gives a lecture, then I have a problem with that. Why? Because Zilusi de Shabbat. He did it on Shabbos, forget about it. Ma'aseh Shabbos is not a problem. He says, Zilusa de Shabbat. Zilusa de Shabbat is a chilul Shabbos that this tape, or their professor Ayid, or Geret on Shabbos, that you should use that. You can't use it. It's geht nicht today. And it's all the broadcasting of games, sports of Shabbos. So you're going to hear me say Shabbos with somebody Geret on. This is another issue. Then we have one more thing that I want to touch here. This is Maaseh Shabbos. Maaseh Shabbos is the Alter Rebbe brings down over here a very interesting thing. He says over here, I mean, we know that why is Maaseh Shabbos in Shin Yudches? Because Vashlo hat gebeten, hat gemacht Amerika Meloche, right? But there's a difference between, even though the Ramah puts in Meloches Acheros. He puts in Meloches Acheros in Shabbos, not only Kochen, but everything else, right? Everything else. But there is a difference between this and this, and emotional, and Be'emes La'alocha Mishabur brings it down. La'alocha, but we're going to take an emotional case. Hitzor Mirshus L'Shus. I spoke about it last week, but again, one more time. Hitzor Mirshus L'Shus. If it's Midaraisa, yeah? If it's Rishus Harabim, calling Moshe Feinstein is New York Rishus Harabim, and it's Midaraisa, okay? So if someone brought something from Rishus L'Rishus, he didn't change the Metzias. A gekochte Sach, he changed it. So you're going to tell me, I'm not allowed. The guy did it b'mezid, you're not allowed. He did it b'shoigig, I can't have it until Mitzvah Shabbos. But what happened if he brought something over here? He didn't change the Zach. Why is there a problem with that? Now I'll tell you why there's a problem. Again, Rabbi Chaim Noah brings down here, in the same place over here, brings out, I underlined it. He brings down in from a Chaya Odom. But then he writes, Shnase Maise B'Kuf Adova, Shnstam B'Kuf. And then he has a tzorchiyun for the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe in Shulchan Aruch in Hilchos Chometz Matzah brings down a din. If someone brought a matzah, in Siman, he brings down Siman Tov Nun Dalet. The Alter Rebbe brings down in Shulchan Aruch. Someone had a kezayis matzah that was brought to him, his matzah, from one place to another. His matzah. A Yid took out Mirshus L'Rishus, Mishus HaYochid L'Rishus HaRabim, or verkehrt, and he brought matzah, kezayis matzah. Now he ate now the kezayis matzah. Is he yoitze or nicht yoitze? Zog the Alter Rebbe's words is there in interessante Werte. He says like this: Mutar boy loy lotzis boy yidei chavosei ulevori choler. Sagt mimeg. Yeah. Adi zog the Alter Rebbe. Why is that? Let me see. Tov Nun Dalet is over here. What? He doesn't write the difference. He doesn't. Was it chiluk? Even by the way, we made up even b'shoigig is the. By the way, he's talking about Shabbos. Erev Friday night Pesach shechal liyos BeShabbos. So by night. What?
Someone brought him the first time matzah.
Yeah, someone brought it into the same matzah.
FedEx brought it into him.
Not FedEx. FedEx is not a problem. Huh? Was? What is the problem with the goy? What is the problem with the goy? Goy is not a problem. Huh? A guy is not a problem. What should be a problem with the goy? The guy problem is some of the yid. The yid.
The delivery guy was a yid.
What?
The delivery man was a yid.
Okay, and the Alter Rebbe doesn't write what? The Alter Rebbe schreibt das say. Ve'ein zu mitzvah bo ba'avera. Why is it not mitzvah bo ba'avera? Kim shehoysa sheloi koidem she'tzio ichniso. Sie sein matzah. The matzah did not nimtzot. Look at the Alter Rebbe's word. Nimtzah shlei bo mitzvah zu liyodeh al de avera. Shu also ba avera. He made an avera with the matzah. Aval he lo inasis ba avera. Mitzvah bo ba avera means you make him. How do you make the mitzvah through avera? You ganve something. You got it, Bavera. The matzah is a matzah. It's the pure matzah. Du hast gemacht an Avera with the matzah. V'lei boal the Avera also. It didn't come him or the Avera. The Alter Rebbe schreibt nicht to clear the tam, yeah? Oder because nicht geworden kein Gufa mitzvah, couldn't say like the Chaim Noah and so on. He says so, right? Or could be because he's nicht goizer to be able to make a mitzvah. K'zayis matzah. But whatever it is, it is negeir, and there are a lot of poskim that bring from the Shulchan Aruch that it says yotze chutz l'tchum. That's the raya that we can. Anyway, I just wanted to touch the other Sachen. The Ma'aseh Shabbos can go on and on and on and on, but we don't have here a whole day to learn about Ma'aseh Shabbos. I just wanted to touch just 2-3 things, and we finished about Yom Tov Mitzvah Shabbos Siv Gimel, right? Yes. We learned what Mezid. We learned by Shoigig. Shoigig means if he forgot that today is Shabbos, or he forgot that you're not allowed to make this melacha, he forgot. Doesn't mean that he didn't learn. Didn't learn is way the Caroll Mezid according to a lot. Right, Alter Rebbe. That's why we in the flyer it says Boki behilchos rapsel Shabbato, because we have zayin Boki. If not, it's can zayin amazing, not a shoygig. No, but shoygig means he didn't know. He didn't know it's a melacha, or he didn't know it's a Shabbos. Not, or if he went to a rov, a chochem rov. I say, moyer ro, and the guy made a mistake, and he told him as his beseder. That's called shoygig. But misasek. That's something else. Misasek means that unintentionally he made the melacha, and a classic case is going to be someone put on a light. He leaned on the wall and the light went on. Because if you're going to tell me as you're not allowed, then if someone did that, then you have to go out of the shul. Because if someone did it b'shoigig, because you just said miton shtom kanano on Shabbos. So misasek is not called shoigig. Imela is not a problem. Now the Alter Rebbe gets then we learned about Yom Tov, that Yom Tov, the hachonah from Shabbos, is not allowed to do on Yom Tov. Now we're going to Siv Dalet. Siv Dalet gives you a din, and Alter Rebbe has a shtickle chidush, as with the Mogen Avrom. Some ask on this chidush. There is a klal yodua in kashrus. If you learn smicha, you learn that whatever. Everyone knows there's a klal yodua. Dover sheyesh lo matirin afilu be'elef lo yibotil. Right? Something that's going to be permissible eventually. You can't have bottle. Bottle means that if you have something non-kosher mixed himself with kosher, so the broiv. If it's if you have yovish is roiv. If not, it's b'shishim, right? It's in tam, whichever is shishim, but it mixed up and it's kosher. You need more, maybe sometimes you need 100, 200, whatever. But it get mixed up, it's kosher. Dover sheyesh lo matirin, if something is going to be mutar eventually, classic case is tevel, truma. You can be matter with truma. So tevel can kemul nishver. I feel be'elef loy bottle. Can nishver bottle. Because why not? Because go and get shaded up from truma. Go make truma. So it's nicht da Sach. Dover sheyesh lo matirin is nicht bottle. Now, let's remember now. B'mezid, he is not allowed forever. But someone else is allowed mitzvah Shabbos right away from Lech Shabbos, right? B'shoigeg is again, you're not allowed now, but it's going to be permissible weiter. So is this called a dover sheyesh lo matirin? By the way, the pat itself also we learned that is osur la'olam. And I think I emphasized it last week. I don't know if you remember that loy means for himself. It's not only for himself; it's for his ganze mishpocha. So if someone cooks on Shabbos and the pat is treif for the ganze mishpocha, Le'olam. He has to, until you kasher. That it's not. You can't say memus kasher. Halbona agola nishkechel. Anyway, Hilchos Shabbos Shin Yutches Seif Dalet. Im Bishul bemezid. A Yid od gekocht bemezid. Wenn es arev atavshil. Came Mitzvah Shabbos. By Mitzvah Shabbos we said only he is not allowed to eat at le'olam. But everyone else can eat, even with mezid, everyone else is allowed to eat right away. And now, Mitzvah Shabbos, it mixed up with tavshilin acherim. Zog the Alter Rebbe la'alocha, bottle beroiv. Bottle beroiv. And by the way, I'm emphasizing the word bottle beroiv because we know there's a bottle beroiv and there's bottle beshishim. Does the Alter Rebbe hold that he's talking about yovish beyovish? Or maybe he's talking about lach belach. It has the same, not lach belach. It has the same din. Excluding you. It has the same din. No, du verstehst dich zog. Bottle berov. Does it mean that Alter Rebbe holds the dover sheyesh lematirin is enough? It should be bottle berov. Or do you need it to be like a kosher thing? It should be bottle b'shishim. And here is it talking about yovish b'yovish, and I mean I don't mean yovish b'yovish. I'm sorry. I mean dover yovish, yeah, dover yovish. So that's why it's bottle berov. But maybe it's not talking about lach belach. Maybe lach belach cannot be ever bottle according to the Alter Rebbe. Lav davke. Anyway, but he's talking about bottle berov. Ve'ein nikro dover sheyesh lematirin. This is not called dover sheyesh lematirin. דהיינו, שאף של אחרים לך לתירוץ הזה בהתר גומור. שלא ימחמס ביטל ברוב. No, look. I came to Motzei Shabbos, and he cooked something on Shabbos. Yeah, unfortunately, a freie Mensch cooked on Shabbos something, comes to Motzei Shabbos, and he wants to eat it. You know, and I'm gonna take a classic case. Classic case is, you have eggs that you cooked on Friday. You have a whole row of eggs. Come Shabbos, and you have a nicht frum guy, and he cooked for himself eggs on Shabbos. He didn't need all his 3 eggs. He took 1 egg and he put it into the refrigerator and he mixed it up with all the hard-boiled eggs together. Comes Mitzvah Shabbos. He wants to eat. He takes these eggs and he makes a salad, and he makes chopped eggs, and he chops his egg that he cooked on Shabbos, b'mezid, and he cooked also the eggs that was cooked before Shabbos. That is kosher. Now you're going to tell me? Wait a minute. Because the other people are allowed to eat. You cannot eat it, but other people are allowed to eat. You understand? Is it called dover sheyesh lematirin or not? No. Is it Holtzman? Is it called dover sheyesh lematirin? So the Alter Rebbe, no, this heißt nicht dover sheyesh lematirin. Why not? Because him is osur le'olam. They are mutter now, so it's no problem. שאין אני כדובר שיש למתיר, אלו כשיש צד התר למי שנאסר לו. If it would be dover sheyesh lematirin for him, eventually, one day, then it would be no bottle. So memela, he's allowed to eat the eggs. אבל כאן אין התר בלא ביטל ברוב ולא לאחרים שלא ינאסר להם כלל ממצווי Shabbos. The other ones do not have a heter without bitul berov. They don't need it. They are already mutter. There's no problem. This, until now, it's very easy. If it mixed up a mitzvah Shabbos, it's very simple. The next half of Siman, the next half of this Siv is a very schwere Sache zu verstehen. But what happened if you mix it up on Shabbos? And that's a very classic case. Classic case, a man came on Shabbos and he cooked egg. He cooked 1 egg, and then he wanted to make an egg salad, and he used all the eggs. He used all the eggs. Already cooked. That are cooked. So he took mutter dike eggs. Let's say he took a lot of mutadik eggs. He took a few not mutadik eggs that he cooked now. And now he made it. You know what? Better, he didn't make the salad. Forget about he made the salad. The mother, the woman of the household comes now, and she takes the egg. She takes his egg and all the other eggs in between. So she bottle, right? You think it should be bottle on Shabbos? Should be l'choira bottle. Comes out the Rebbe and he tells you no. Avon misarev BeShabbos. Given sheboy beyoim chalol of shem dover. Sheyesh lematirin legaba acherim. She'ein lem bottle beroiv. Chalol of shem dover. Sheyesh lematirin gabel mevashel. V'nes lo yataruvis hazeh lo oilam. Let me explain myself now in Yiddish, in English. Tell me like this. He is not allowed to eat it forever, right? This egg. He's not allowed to eat forever. So there's no dover sheyesh lematirin for him. It was mixed up with other eggs that are 100% kosher. So you would think it's bottle berov. It's bottle berov should be kosher. But this egg that he's going to eat now, this mevashel,
he can't eat it all.
Why can't he not eat it? Bottle berov.
No, I'm talking about not the man who cooked it, the other person, the regular people.
So, okay, wait a minute. So I'm asking you, for him, he can't eat it. Why can't he not eat it? Why not? It's bottle. Should be bottle. He cannot eat it because even though it's bottle for him, but the item is called dover sheyesh lo matirin. That item is going to be mutar for others. So you can't be mevatel this egg now. Because wait a minute, the others you understand that they cannot eat. Because they are going to have dover sheyesh lo matirin for the others, right? That's a given. They can wait till after Shabbos and it's going to be mutar and they don't need no bottle. They don't need a bottle. They come to Shabbos, they can eat because anything that even he did it b'mezid, who cares? Even if he did it b'mezid, it's going to be mutter for them. So they can wait till Mitzvah Shabbos, so they cannot get bottle for them. But wait a minute, I'm going to think. But for him, it should be bottle because for him it's also, but it doesn't go because the dover sheyesh lo matirin goes for them, goes on him. But nicht geendigt. That's a echet verstandig. But there's one more twist in the Alter Rebbe, which Mishnah Berurah learned nicht to say. And that's the chiddush in the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe comes here and it says like this. V'nes lo yataruvis hazeh, look his word, le'oilom. They bring down a Rabbi Shimon Shkop over here. Anyway, le'oilom. Le'oilom means that it comes tonight. It was mixed up on Mitzvah Shabbos. The dover sheyesh lo matirin was mixed up on Mitzvah Shabbos. On Shabbos. It was mixed up on Shabbos. Comes Mitzvah Shabbos. Now wait a minute. What happens in Mitzvah Shabbos? Memonevchich. The others are allowed to eat it, right? They can eat the whole thing. It's mutter. He cannot eat nothing. Why not? It's bottle. See, it's mixed. This is bottle. But when did it get bottle? On Shabbos. And on Shabbos it had the inyan of dover sheyesh lo matirin. So it was also the whole thing. So now when it comes to Mitzvah Shabbos, this whole thing by him is the avera von oilomis. What I say it's a chiddush because Mishnah Berurah held beferish, not clear. Mitzvah Shabbos, not clear. Whatever. I think you don't chap. It's a far-fetched thing. The egg that he cooked on Shabbos, b'mezid, this egg, one egg, he cooked on Shabbos. He's not allowed to eat it forever. Okay. Now, it mixed up, the woman came and she made an egg salad with this egg and 5 more eggs. Made a big salad. Wait a minute, mitten Shabbos, she said, oh, wait a minute. Here there's an egg that you're not allowed. Oh, we're not going to touch it till Mitzvah Shabbos. Okay, we're not eating it Mitzvah Shabbos. Comes Mitzvah Shabbos, everyone is allowed to eat it because even that he cooked it on Shabbos, but it becomes mutter to everyone else. Fine. He has an egg over there that's bottle. L'choira. but it's not bottle. Why is it not bottle? But when she mixed it up on Shabbos, it had a component called Dover Sheyesh Lematir. It's going to be permissible, not to him, to the others. So the mixing is not considered a mixing. Es wird nicht bottle. Es kann nicht werden, Dover Sheyesh Lematir kann nicht werden bottle. So, but Emerson is nicht verstandig. What's the idea of Dover Sheyesh Lematir wird nicht bottle? Why? Because they said, you could be mattered in an easy way out. Why you want to use my heter of bottle? You can make mutter, you can take truma, and take a gringe weg truma. So what's da wichtig geben a leeway of a bittel? Go make truma ungendig. Mach the easy way. The simple way, which is easy, don't use me as a bottle. That's why Dover Sheyesh Lematirin, you're not allowed to use the bottle. But here on Shabbos, it's not an easy way out. There is no way out. According to the Alter Rebbe, he now answered the ganze Sach. And afilu be'elef loy bottle. In other words, it can be an egg, and by night it should be bottle, because by night there's only one egg over there that's also for him. But the ganze Sach became also. Why? Because for the others. But the others is mutter. Du verstehst? Es ist sehr interessante Ding. Anyway, but that's the Ding. Wir gehen weiter, yeah? Yeah. Now it's close. Yeah. What? Aber es ist anyway, okay. Jetzt ist doch noch ein Ding. Hashoichet BeShabbos lechoile, someone that cooks on Shabbos for a choile. Hilchos Shabbos. Perek Aleph. The Perek Aleph Hilchos Shabbos, and the Ram. Yeah, bring the okay. So the Rambam, I'll tell you what the Rambam writes. Okay, anyway. BeShabbos lechoile sheyesh beSakona, muter abori lechel memeno chai. What does it mean? If someone, you're allowed to shech the behemoth for, you're allowed to do anything for choile sheyesh beSakona, right? We're going to learn to Shin Chof Hey that not only you're allowed to, you have to. A shoyel. You're not allowed to ask even, you have to right away do anything. What happens if the doctor says he needs fresh meat right now, so you go and you don't have meat, so you shech the behemoth. Why is it negate? It's all going to be negate Maise Shabbos. We're getting to an idea. So if you take you shech it now for choile, so in other words, it was permissible. This act of Shechten was permissible to do on Shabbos. Maise Shabbos, or a mutter dike Maise. You shechted the behemoth for choile. Says the Alochis, you know what? Bist a gesunde Mensch, there's a geschochtene behemoth over here. Go eat, gesundheit. Take yourself, make yourself comfortable. Chai is not a problem. Chai is not a problem. Why is it not a problem? Chai. Who wants to eat? Chai, that's sushi, meat sushi, fish sushi, meat sushi, a new style. Anyway, yeah, or whatever, chai. But I thought you were asking how you can eat chai because blood. Yeah, that's what you're asking? Raw. Are you allowed to eat raw meat? Oh, okay, that's right. I thought that you're asking. We can ask no melichon on adocha. So in there, he's not saying here that you're allowed to eat because it's made for a choile and you're going on the bandwagon. You're allowed to eat because it's kosher for you. Why is it kosher for you? In Hilchos, before Hilchos Melicha, in Siman Samach Zayin, tells you like this: you're not allowed to eat. Why do we soak the meat? Yeah, doesn't learn Hilchos Melicha. No, to take out the blood. But only blood that came out from inside out, you have to take out the blood. So when you're going to cook it, or you're going to then the blood is going to come out. So you have to take out all the blood. That's why you salt it and you soak it beforehand. But blood that you're not going to cook and it's going to stay there and it's never going to come out, you cannot eat it without rinsing it, because the blood that's on the top you have to rinse. And this is, by the way, a shaila if you can do it on Shabbos. It's a machlokes. And with the Alter Rebbe is going to say later, Paskin like the Magen Avraham, they're allowed. The Magen Avraham actually brings the machlokes. If you're allowed, you're not allowed to rinse it on Shabbos. Alter Rebbe is going to say rinsing you're allowed. Smlicha you're not allowed. Why you're not allowed Mlicha? Because it's no. Mlicha it's a drabonon making as if leather. So it's a drabonon asset. It's a mloch mit drabonon you're not allowed. Otherwise you're allowed. So rinsing, you said, it's no problem. So you're allowed to chew meat. Someone wants to chew meat on Shabbos. You're allowed. By the way, when we learned muktzah, we also learned that about basar chai, and we said that you're allowed to eat if someone wants to chew. I think she knew it was that you're allowed to chew meat on Shabbos. So you're allowed to eat basar chai without melicha, only hadocha. So what happens if you shechted a behema for a choila? You're allowed to eat the meat. A gesunter mensch is allowed to eat the meat. Why? Because it was done b'mutar. You're going to tell me it's not an amlocha that you're not allowed. Yeah, tell me about it. Here you have it. Siman samech zayin. As it stated in Siman samech zayin, said very clear that you're allowed to have this, right? Why only chai? Lefish also limloach BeShabbos. Commissions boy b'siman shin chof aleph. The Alter Rebbe goes like the day that you're not allowed to eat melicha on Shabbos. Yeah. So he says so only basar chai. Va'afilu chol ha'achila hayoim.
Why you being
but look what he's telling you noch a chiddush, and then I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna get to it. Let's finish the translation. Va'afilu chol ha'achila hayoim. The choila became, when did it become a choila? Today. On Shabbos. Choila sheyesh b'sakona, but when did it become sick? Today. Okay. This behemoth was a live animal, and he was not hiktseyut. He didn't separate it. He didn't put it away. I'm going to shech this behemoth for this sick person. He didn't prepare anything. This behemoth was off limit in a way. He didn't prepare anything. After became ein bo mishum muktzah. In Siman Shin Yud, when we learned Hilchos muktzah, we learned a very interesting thing. If you take something away and you put it aside, bidei odom, you put it aside by bein hashmoshes, before Shabbos, by the beginning of Shabbos, between Shki and Tzesek Achovim, it's not doable. It's not being used. You take a candle and you put on the candle light now, so you can't use it. You're not allowed. There's a fire in it. It becomes muktzah. You can't even touch it. You're not touch it. You can't move it. Right? It becomes muktzah. However, a behemoth, the Alter Rebbe brings down there. Over there, we learned it. I remember we learned that. We read a footnote over here. However, the behemoth, you never pushed it away. You didn't plan to shecht it because you didn't have a sick person. But if you would have known then, in other words, the meat was ready.
You're not allowed to touch the behemoth on Shabbos.
Das ist noch, aber da sagt dir. The behemoth, why you're not allowed? Because it's not shechted. As soon as it's shechted, you're allowed. So what was missing Friday was missing shchita. Now you did a heter dike shchita. So muktzah is no problem.
Yes.
Being that muktzah is no problem, and you did a melocha, a mutter dike melocha, you need not, till now we learn Maaseh Shabbos, Isur Shabbos, Bemezid, Beshoiged, Midrabonon, we touched everything. Now we're talking about mutter dike melocha on Shabbos. You're allowed to shech the behemoth for a sick person. So this melocha was not a melocha, a bad problem, right? So you're allowed to eat from it too, even though the melocha was done for someone else. You're allowed to eat from that. Only raw because you can't salt it. And
Cooking it for the guy, you're not allowed to eat what you cook for him.
Oh, now he's going to get to it. This is only the din by shchita. Why shchita? Because you didn't do anything extra for the yid, for the other yid, for the gesunte mensch. You didn't do anything. You shechted a behemoth. Now it's shecht already. There is no problem with muktzah, but this is a very important component to remember. There is no problem with muktzah. Okay, anyway. אבל המבשל, also שאר מלוכה בשביל החוילה שיש בסכנה. If you did the melacha, you did the ganze melacha for Choyle sheyesh b'sakona. You cooked for him, you warmed up hot water, you made him a nice tea. By the way, I shouldn't have said that they were nice tea because some learn pshat that this goes in the Indian for shchita. I shouldn't touch that. I don't mean that. I should say cooking a soup because he says that warming up a ganze samovar, is like shchita. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to get it. Anyway, I'm a vassal. Someone you make a ganze meloche for a Yitzchok sheyesh b'sakona. You made a whole meloche for him. Mevashel or any other meloche. Bishul achoyle sheyesh b'sakona. Also, BeShabbos lebori a yid. I mean not yid. A gezunte yid is not allowed on Shabbos. It should be a filo. Or lechoyle shein b'sakona, or a gezunte mensch, or even a non-healthy guy, but he's a choyle shein b'sakona. In a choyle shein b'sakona, when we can learn Siman Shin Chafei, we'll learn that one rule of Tom Poshet. The rule is choyle sheyesh b'sakona. A yid is allowed, not only allowed, he should make a melocha right away to save his life. Choyle shein b'sakona, a yid is not allowed to make a melocha. But a goy is allowed, you're allowed, amir lenochi, you're allowed to ask a goy to do any melocha, even a melocha de reise, for a choyle she'ein bo sakona. So the rabbonon you're allowed for choyle. But anyway, but a yid is not allowed to cook for a choyle she'ein bo sakona. So now when you cooked for a choyle she'esh bo sakona, permissible, beheter, but you're not allowed to give the cooked food. Let's say you made a ganze chont or made a whole meal. The leftover you're not allowed to give to, even if it's leftover, the guy doesn't want to eat anymore. You cooked, he doesn't want to eat it, but can eat. You're not allowed to give the leftover, not to a healthy person, and not to a choyle she'ein b'sakona. You're not allowed to have use of it. On Shabbos. BeShabbos. Gzeira, why not? Nicht mit der Reise. Mit der Reise didn't do no melocha. The Rabbonon made a gzeira. What's the gzeira? Shemeyarbe b'mlachtoi b'shviloi. He's going to add more when he cooks for him, because he's going to know, as he's allowed to cook now for the choyle sheyesh b'sakona, so I might as well, let me just make a ganzen pot. Why should I use a regular small pot? Let me use a whole commercial pot. Let me make... And so Memele is a gzeiro shemiyarbe b'shvilo. Amashenki b'shchita she'ein bo laharbitz b'shvil habori. But shchita, there's nothing adding b'shvil habori. You shecht it one time and that's it. You're not going to shecht it again for the bori. Because you cannot have one kizayis flesh without the shchita of the entire behemoth. So even though you need only one small piece of meat for the choila, but you have to shech the whole behemoth, and now the whole behemoth is becoming mutter, and you can use it. But now he's going to tell you noch din, a very interesting din. No, I'm sorry, Vov is going to be next to it. Now he tells you, vafilo osal dei nochi. Now, until now we learned one thing. Anything that a yid did, a real melocha mideraisa, we don't have to wait mitzvah Shabbos b'chdei sheyasu, right? Anything that was a problematic halacha, a problematic din. For example, he did it on Friday, or let's say he did it through a goy, then not miglearn, then you have to wait b'chdei sheyasu mitzvah Shabbos. Now, what happens if he cooked over here for Yid, for choyle sheyesh b'sakona? You're not allowed to, we said now, gzeira shemiyarbe b'shviloi. Are you allowed to have it mitzvah Shabbos right away, or do you have to wait until b'chdei sheyasu? That's one thing. What happens if you have a goy that cooked for a yid that's choyle sheyesh b'sakona? A goy cooked for choyle sheyesh b'sakona, or goy cooked for choyle she'ein b'sakona, for that matter. He's allowed to cook, right? You're not allowed to eat because gzeira shemiyarbe b'shviloi is going to be always. Are you allowed to eat by night? Mitzvah Shabbos right away, you have to wait b'chdei sheyasu. Vafilo osal dei nochi bein letzorich choyle sheyesh b'sakona. Even if he did it through a goy, even if he did it for chol sheyesh b'sakona, even if he did it to chol she'ein b'sakona. So you're going to tell me, wait a minute. He did the melocha, mutter dike melocha, because he did it for chol. If he did it for chol she'ein b'sakona, you're going to tell me a yid is not allowed, and a goy did it, fine. But he did it through a goy for chol sheyesh b'sakona. Why should I not allow to be eat now? Why not?
Now.
Yeah, why not? Explain me, why not? If a yid you cook, you're telling me, so who is going to be marbe? The yid. Okay, so that's an avera. But the goy is cooking now the goy is anyway cooking for a choyle sheyesh bo sakona. Not a choyle sheyesh bo sakona. He's cooking anyway. Shlakim is an andere avera. So nothing, that's not a problem.
But the body tonish has to be a body tonish has to be Bishul.
But it's not Bishul. What is Bishul? We're going to get to this. We're going to touch that by the end of the season. We are not there yet. You looked ahead. This is something else. This is another issue. I'm talking about another issue. On Shabbos, are you allowed to eat? The goy cooked for chol sheyesh b'sakona. Are you allowed to eat or not?
Who turned on the fire?
You know what?
Did it get turned on the fire?
The guy put on the fire. So what?
So then it's Bishul, no?
Why is it Bishul? He made a melocha. I like this. He made a melocha.
Not only you had a chef for the year, but you also have a guy cook.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Guy did the melocha for on Shabbos. You don't have a problem. Come to Bishlakum, you're having a problem. But I'm a loch on Shabbos. I'm a loch on Shabbos. I'm a loch der Reise. It's a loch der Reise.
That's what once it's doiche, it's not a melocha BeShabbos.
Oh, so he's saying it's the chuya, not hut. The chuya is not hut.
The chuya is the chuya, that's it.
Okay, but you're watching me. Bishul.
But Bishlakum is just dochli.
Once the fast is done,
it's only mutter for the chayla.
You know what? Forget about Bishul. Forget about Bishul. I'm a locha. And not Bishul. I'm a locha. And not a melocha. Yeah, I mean, you're going to Bishul. You're going to get into the problem. You're very sensitive. Very sensitive. Very sensitive with Bishul. Very sensitive. Actually, you see the Rebbe where he goes very machmer with the Taz. I'll get to it by the end of the Sif. So you're right, 100%. However, I'm a regular melocha. I'm a melocha. He did a melocha. Not any. I know we learn a Hilchos Bishul, but there's many other meloches on Shabbos that he did for the Yid, right? He did many meloches. He grinding, whatever he did for the Yid, a melocha. He did a melocha for another Yid. If the Yid did it, you're afraid Shema Yarbe Bishviloi. But what are you afraid when the Goy did it? I mean, the Goy, you're giving exera. I'm
saying.
But anyway, so he's telling Lepoel, still we're saying we're not allowed. I feel also
the same reason why you.
The
same reason why by you it's also because Shema Yarbe Bishviloi. The same thing. It applies to a guy.
We're going to learn later in the Shinchof Hey about all halachas and hilchos nochri, amir lenochri. In Reish Ein Vov we learned about it, and it's only if he knows the Yid. If he doesn't know the Yid, it's nish. We're going to learn this. But whenever it's shaykh, that he has two Yidden now, so he says, I'm going to cook for him, I might as well cook. The Yid is going to tell him. Like to Bishul. And by the way, I like it with salt. You put in a Bishul. Over Machmir Bishul Shener. So that's why. So anyway, that's the din take. I feel also they nochi ben letzei chel shel ben tzei chel ben tzei also lebori BeShabbos k'zeret shem yarbe b'shvilo. However, אבל למועצי Shabbos muter lebori miyad. But I'm not afraid over here. If you remember, there was an idea, a concept. It's called Bichdei Sheyasu. Why was I afraid Bichdei Sheyasu? Because I'm afraid that Amir Lenochi is kal, he's very kal, and I'm afraid you're going to tell the guy to do it something, the melocha, that you should have it ready right away mitzvah Shabbos. You're going to tell him, warm me up my entire pizza shop, and all my ovens that it should be ready right mitzvah Shabbos, because I have a lot of customers to come and I need it should be working. I can't wait 2 hours still after Shabbos. Warm me up before Shabbos. I only said the goy.
half hour.
It takes half an hour. Okay, but I have customers right away. They're in the country, you know. Anyway, so Bichdei Sheyas is a big thing. If it takes a long time, if it takes now, Bichdei Sheyas doesn't include the driving there and back. Also, not that's another issue. But anyway, so Bichdei Sheyas is a knas, is a punishment when something is very kal. Really, you don't feel it's a kal beinei abriz, but it's kal beinei abriz. Amir lenochi is very kal. So I'm thinking, you know what? The guy doesn't feel he does a real avera. So I'm telling you, you know what? You ain't going to gain nothing. You're not going to allow to use it anyway by Nacht. The same thing, Erev Shabbos. I should make hatmona to do all the avera. No, the Erev Shabbos to make it without a blech.
When Erev Shabbos, give me a time.
If I leave it, if I do anything, I make before Shabbos, but I don't make grufo k'tumah. I don't.
I need a time. Doesn't matter. You're sure it does. A half hour before Shabbos, half hour before Lichtin, I'm not allowed to do.
Yeah, but you're allowed to if it cooked. If it cooked enough.
So that's the word. Give it time.
If I did it right before Shabbos, it doesn't matter. Let's say I put it right before Shabbos, something that's not cooked.
It's raw.
Right.
There's no way you're going to get it halfway cooked before Shabbos.
Right.
No,
so I'm not allowed.
You're right.
So I'm not allowed to use it, right?
Right.
But I want to have it. If I can't have it now, at least I'm going to have it by Shabbos. Shabbos, I'm going to have it done. I put it before Shabbos. I don't feel I did a real melacha. I didn't cook on Shabbos. I'm not. I hold like Beis Hillel. I hold like what? So I'm putting it right before Shabbos, and I want to have a good overnight kugel after Shabbos. So I put it. I have a mitzvah Shabbos. I put it right before Shabbos. So the Chachamim will go. No. You ain't not going to gain nothing. You're going to come mitzvah Shabbos. You're going to have to wait anyway. You might as well put it mitzvah Shabbos and don't cut corners and do it on Erev Shabbos when you think it's a claim shigim melachas no melachim d'rabbanan.
Children, it doesn't matter if it's going to sit on the blech another couple of hours till including Kadesh Yasa. You say your mitzvah Shabbos, let's say, is at 6 o'clock. So no, 6:30, 7 you'll eat. A nafkamina.
Anyway, say, how much do you want the Chachamim should do? You know, what do you? No, wait a minute. No, but it takes a long time to go. Anyway, yeah, right. I want to finish this. I finished the Mesiv. Please, can we hand the Mesiv? Aber lepoel. Here, when the goy did the noch, he did beheter. He did beheter for a bori, for a choyle sheyesh b'sakona, or even if a choyle sheyesh b'sakona is mutar, is even though I'm telling you the bori is not allowed to eat it on Shabbos, but mitzvah Shabbos, even though it was done through a goy, and by regular time when I'm telling to a goy, I have to wait till b'chdei sheyasu, but here I don't have to wait. Why not? Because there is no knas. Because the goy, that's by regular malacha. The Alter Rebbe brings this day a din, and it's a chiddush. Why is it a chiddush? Because in Yeridea, there's the shach, there's the Nekudas HaKesef. There is even the Ramon, actually, yeah, that brings down over there that if it was cooked on Shabbos, Bishul Akum is not considered Bishul Akum anymore because it was mutter. If there was a Bishul Akum for a choila, does not apply the chumra of Bishul Akum. What's the problem with Bishul Akum? What wasn't the chum gave against? But he is doing something. Because you don't want to mingle. So they made a gzera. But here you're allowed to. Here you're allowed to. Is memela? Is I just want to confirm that over here.
Stop into marriage.
I'm sorry.
On those days, it says you only shouldn't buy pasta. You shouldn't buy akum. Because you might wind up marrying the baker's daughter.
Exactly.
No, that's the lesson. In the small towns, that's the way,
But the butcher's doing.
You got Chummy, the butcher's doing it. You got Chummy with.
Anyway, so you have it in which Siman over here? Siman Kuf Yud Gimel in your there. But the Taz learns over there, and there's Rishonim. It's a machlokes the Ran with the Rashba. Machlokes the Rishonim about it. But the Taz says clearly over there that La Alocha, the problem of Bishul Akum is still there. You're allowed, like you guys said before. You're allowed.
For the chayla, you're allowed.
Oh, but there are the problem if the pot is becoming Bishul Akum, Bishul Akum, the pot is not kosher. You want to trade for the pot. If a guy cooks this, so now the pot
even
is.
If you're shayla?
What? Even what?
Even if you're
watching it.
Even if you're watching it?
Then it's not Bishul Akum. I'm talking about Bishul Akum. If you
But
have
you
it,
weren't watching it.
Oh, you left the kitchen door.
If you have it,
They cook something. When the pot becomes today.
we
You
did-
can't trust the whole kitchen. Forget
No,
about
but
it.
you have to.
We-
You don't know.
You have
You
to
don't know
kasher
we
the pot.
discussed it. We discussed it if
No,
Bishul.
you have to kasher the pot.
Rabbi, we discussed it if you have a Bishul Akum. If we discussed it if you have Bishul, if you leave a cleaning person in your house, and they come and they made himself a frying pan,
Not only
and
that,
they made during the week, and they made himself a nice chavita or something. Something is al Shulchan Menachem. They made himself a nice fish.
scrambled egg. No?
Yeah, they made then they did the patties. So yet the shaila is the Bishul Akum going to be a problem for the Bori? And that's part the Rebbe goes over here. That's why I want to finish off the thief.
Shabbos is dead.
Let's finish. Chutzma for your Bishul shim offer noche Bishul BeShabbos. If all this b'med dvarim amurim kim shanoch osebet letzerich, then is no problem. You don't have to wait b'chtei shiyasu. B'med dvarim amurim b'sham lochis. All this is said only by sham lochis. Chutzma for your Bishul, except baking and cooking, shim offer noche Bishul BeShabbos. If a goy baked or he cooked letzerich also lebori af b'motzei Shabbos.
After Shabbos.
He's not allowed. Never.
Never.
Mishum bishulei nochrim k'meshekosem b'yerdei b'simen kuf yud gimel. And when he says mishum b'kosem b'yerdei b'simen kuf nun gimel, yeah, he means the taz, l'shitas hataz, and not like the andere was halting, not like that. But anyway, so therefore we're ending here. So we finished Sif Hey. Sein wir gesund. How do I finish this now?
Threw me off was the example. Holtzman, what threw me off was the example of a checking of a hay on Shabbos.
Now you know how to